Hey there everyone, my name is Jenna. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are gonna head off to the thrift store. And if you guys are unfamiliar with these types of videos, basically I take you through the store with me and I give you some styling tips and decorating ideas with the items that are in the store. And I also like to point out those high-end designer pieces that will give your space more of an elevated feel. And then we'll come back home and I'll show you all of the decor finds that I found for my space and how I'm planning to style them. So hopefully you can get some fun decorating inspiration for your own home. And I also have a couple of fashion finds as well, and I'll show you how I style those too. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and without further ado, let's go thrifting.
Okay, so here we are at the thrift store, and one of the first things that I spotted was this hammered iron tray that reminded me a lot of the one that they sell on Crate & Barrel for $40. And this one was only $6.50, and it would be really cute for grouping some items together on a dining table or a coffee table. There were a few scratches, so that would be an easy fix with a fresh coat of spray paint, but honestly, I kind of liked the subtle patina that this one had. Another thing that I always keep an eye out for here are vases, and I loved this little woven glass vase for only $2.50. And I showed you guys in my last thrifting video how I found this larger woven hurricane candle holder that I used as a vase, and I just love the subtle natural texture and warmth that that woven material adds to a space. And these smaller vases would be perfect for displaying cut flowers from the yard on somewhere like a nightstand or a bathroom countertop. Another thing that you can score for a really incredible value here are serving platters, and I always try to keep an eye out for simple white platters like this one for $9.50, and that is a steal considering that it has a super similar look to this one that's sold at Williams-Sonoma for $150. And I always keep an eye out for oversized platters like this because I love to have a large surface to serve my appetizers like bruschetta when we have guests, or if I'm bringing something to a party or a gathering. Another thing that I always scan for are pretty glasses or barware, and here I spotted these beautiful glasses that look like they were hand blown and reminded me a lot of the ones that they sell at our house for $10 a glass, while these were only $4.50 each. Another thing that I was really excited to see was this little faux olive tree, and I love this piece so much. I actually own it. It's from Target originally, and it's $20 there, while here at the thrift store it was only $3.50. And I know that there is some validity to the idea that faux plants can cheapen the look of a space, but I really like this one, and I love the rustic look that it gives to my kitchen, and it's a great small size to add some greenery to a countertop. Now, a while back when I was at my local antique store, I spotted these really cute little terracotta seedling pots, and at an antique store, typically you pay a premium to shop a space full of already curated pieces, and these guys were $5 each there, and it is my dream to have a little potting station one day in our backyard, and I thought these would be so cute to have for that, to grow some plants from seeds in kind of an aesthetic way. So I was so excited when I saw a pack of 7 of these little seedling pots for only $4.50 at the thrift store. Another thing that I always keep an eye out for, as you all know, is handmade pottery, and I love to collect little bowls like this just to use for things like dips or serving appetizers and something handmade. I think that's really sweet, and I also spotted this handmade chip and dip plate for only $7.50. And typically you can identify handmade pottery by a carved signature on the bottom if you're unsure. I just thought that this was really cute. You could put a salsa in the middle and then some tortilla chips around, and it's just a really pretty, unique way to serve it. I also spotted this woven leather bin for $5.50. It reminded me a lot of the ones that they sell on Rejuvenation for over $150, and this might be cute for something like aesthetic pantry or closet storage, or just for something to hold beauty products on a countertop. Another aesthetic piece of serveware was this ceramic bread basket. I loved the crisp white color, so it could be used out on a tablescape throughout all of the seasons, and the bottom said that it was made in Italy. It definitely had that European look to it, which I love, and designer sites sell similar baskets for over $70, while this one was only $4.50. Another amazing find was this beautiful vintage woven lampshade. Ballard Design sells a similar one for $85, and Anthropologie also sells a super similar one for $70. This one was only $8.50, and I just love the warmth and classic look of woven materials. They really help to add so much texture and visual interest to a space while still keeping the overall feel earthy and casual. Next, I found this cute little hanging planter for $3.50. I loved the rustic glaze on it, And this could be so sweet to weave into something like a gallery wall for a little pop of greenery and something different, or you could even use it on some hanging hooks in somewhere like an entryway, just for a little pop with a succulent in it or something. I also spotted this little topiary for $5.50, which reminded me a lot of the one that they sell at Pottery Barn. I loved the rustic look of the pot and how it had a slightly distressed look to it. And speaking of Pottery Barn, I noticed this really interesting wicker and metal lamp base that has a similar look to a vintage lamp that they used to sell on Pottery Barn. And honestly, I thought the mix of materials was really interesting and kind of had that shabby chic look to it, just something kind of fun and unique. Now, I'm not ready to start decorating for fall just yet, but apparently all of the stores are, including the thrift store, so I thought it'd be fun to just take a little peek and see what they have. And if you all remember, last year I did this super simple DIY where I took basic craft pumpkins and then I turned them into realistic looking faux heirloom pumpkins. So this would be a great place to source pumpkins for that are really affordable. And I also spotted these little amber glass pumpkin luminaries. Last year I bought some of these from Target and I just put some fairy lights inside, so you could do the same with these. They'd be so pretty woven into a fall tablescape like that, just to help add that cozy autumnal ambiance. Another thing that I always decorate with when it comes to autumn are woven pumpkins. I just love how that woven material ties in the earthy element and just feels really subtle, so that my decorating seems organic and natural. And another way that you can achieve that look is by using dried squash and pumpkins. These would be cute styled in a little basket or something, and I just love this subtle orange color and how it feels natural but still festive at the same time. And if you like to give your house a spooky, haunted vibe for Halloween, this little crow would be perfect styled on somewhere like a mantle or a shelf. And also, when decorating my patio for autumn, I love to use lots of layers. So layers of things like textures, florals, colors, and things like multiple pumpkins grouped together. So these little white ones look like real heirloom pumpkins, which would be perfect for styling on a porch. So before heading out, I just wanted to check through the clothing section, and I spotted this cute charcoal denim jacket from Zara that was priced at $15, which I did feel like was a little high for the thrift store, but still a cute closet staple for a decent price. And I also love me a good jumpsuit in the summertime, something that I can just throw on and feel comfortable with. So this tan jumpsuit was actually really soft and it was only $6.50. I did try it on, but it was a little too baggy for me, but still super cute and something versatile to wear to the pool or out to brunch. And then I did have fall on my mind with all of that autumn decor. So I spotted these cute brown leather pants for only $7 from Cotton On, and these would be cute paired with a cozy sweater for fall or winter. But now let's go back home and style all of the things that I found.
Okay, so we are now back home and I'm going to show you guys all of my fun finds. And this first thing is a little bit more of a find than it is a deal, but still I could not pass it up. It is this beautiful fern in this rustic charcoal pot. Now, this guy was a little bit pricey for the thrift store at $14.50, but I just love the rustic antique look of this pot so much, and I figured it was worth it. So this is gonna be a really versatile piece, and that's really where I like to spend my money, is those pieces that can go in lots of different rooms, in lots of different spaces. This could go on a bathroom countertop, it could be popped on a shelf, and where I think I'm gonna style it for now is just on our coffee table, because it's a nice low piece that adds a punch of that rustic warmth, but it also adds a pop of greenery, and it's really subtle, but it's also natural looking and kind of has that weathered look to it with this beautiful distressed charcoal pot. You guys know that they sell those charcoal vintage water pots on designer sites for upwards of $100, $200. So the fact that I could get this one for $14 with a very similar look was a really good deal. Okay, so this next piece is pretty cool, and it is this really beautiful metal stand. Now, this guy was $7.50, and it originally came with kind of like a cone-shaped wicker basket in there. And at first I saw this and I was like, that's kind of cool, but like, what the heck am I gonna do with that, you know? And then in the store, I saw that the wicker basket could be removed, and it wasn't in the best condition. It still wasn't horrible. Like, I thought it was kind of a cute look with the wicker basket in there, but I don't know, the shape just kind of bothered me. Like, it gave me a little bit of like cornucopia vibes. So I ended up removing the basket, and what I'm gonna use this for is just a really beautiful vase stand. So I actually have this really pretty kind of like terracotta handled vase that I got a while back at HomeGoods. It was like 25 bucks, so it was a really good deal, and I still see them sell it there from time to time, so it's in the decor section if you want to keep an eye out. But I figured that would be beautiful, just popped in here with some olive stems for a really pretty kind of like European rustic look. I love the look of the wrought iron on this. It adds some really beautiful lines in contrast to our space because we have mostly white walls, so the black iron kind of contrasts against that, and the black lines add some really beautiful visual interest and kind of gives a little bit of a nod to that like southwestern Spanish style that we have going on in our space. And it's just a really pretty versatile piece that I can move throughout our home. I can put this outside to hold a planter. I can just pop it in front of our fireplace. There's so many places that this can go, and I thought it'd be really fun to eventually switch out the vases and planters and just have this as a cute little holder. And $7.50 was such a good deal. Okay, so one of my favorite things to look for every single time that I go to the thrift store consistently are vases and planters, because you can get them for such amazing prices. And I love the look of a rustic garden with terracotta pots mixed in with some hand painted blue and white pots. Whenever I see this in pictures of like an Italian garden or a Southwest garden, I just really love how that combination looks. So I found this super cute little hand painted blue and white pot, and this guy was $3.50, and it does say Italy on the bottom, so I'm assuming it was made in Italy. To me, this feels very Spanish, very Mediterranean, and this is a cute size. Maybe mix it in with some of my terracotta pots and just have something to kind of like visually break up all the terracotta and keep things feeling fun by adding a little punch of pattern in there. And we are eventually doing a blue and white backsplash tile in our kitchen, so I figured this could be kind of a cute thing to have out on our countertops, maybe by our sink, to kind of tie that blue and white theme in there, or just kind of like subtly distribute it throughout the space at least. So really cute. I love how you can see that the flowers were hand painted on here. I really appreciate that. Anything handmade, hand painted, I just think that that looks so charming in a space. So definitely a good deal at $3.50. Okay, so I always do love to scan the thrifted book section, just because every once in a while you'll find a coffee table book gem. It is one of those things that is harder to find. I don't always see them there, but when I do, I get really excited. So I actually found this, The Native Americans, an Illustrated History book, for $3.50, which I thought was super cool. So when I am looking for coffee table books, a lot of times they will have a cover like this on it, and I always make sure to take it off in the thrift store to see what the underside would look like, because that's typically what I will be displaying. And I loved how this had like a white linen-y cover on it with these beautiful kind of like terracotta colored letters and print on here. I love anything with like a linen cover or a linen binding, so I think this will be really aesthetic to display, especially because my grandma was a ceramic artist and she made these beautiful Native American women sculptures, and I have them here displayed on my shelf, and I thought that this would look really pretty displayed on the same shelf as those. I've been meaning to learn more about the Native American culture, especially living here in Arizona. I think it is really important and something that I'm interested in learning more about and just becoming more familiar with. So not only is this book beautiful to display, but I'm also excited to kind of read and educate myself more with the information that's in it as well. So really fun find, especially for $3.50. Okay, so now I have a couple of fashion finds that I want to show you guys, and this next thing I was so excited to find. I really like to have comfortable, casual, down-to-earth pieces in my closet, very similar honestly to my home, but just in my wardrobe. Maybe I add a little bit more pattern into my wardrobe than I do my home, but a lot of times I feel like our personal style with clothing kind of mirrors what we like in our home. And for me, I really like to have that kind of comfortable, casual, down-to-earth organic feel in my home. If you knew Jenna 10 years ago, she was a flight attendant just flying by the seat of her pants. I mean, I would go places and not have a plan. I was so go with the flow. I just kind of was a free spirit and just never really had much worries. Fast forward to now, I feel like my life is a little bit more structured, as it typically is when you get older, but you know, I feel like I'm a little bit more type A than I used to be. Like, I was a lot more carefree and a free spirit. So that free spirit Jenna is still in here. So when I saw these pants, I was like, I need those. I got these really beautiful kind of like hippie style palazzo pants, and these guys were only $5.99. If you guys are familiar with Natural Life, they're kind of like a fun, down-to-earth, organic looking clothing boutique online, and these pants I believe would be like $70 online, so the fact that I got them for like $6 is amazing. So these are sheer, so I figured I could wear like maybe some shorts underneath or as a little bathing suit cover up, but this is perfect for here in the Arizona summers. I love palazzo pants. If you guys remember seeing my video where I showed you that beautiful inn in the middle of the Arizona desert, I wore some palazzo pants there, and I just love how comfortable they are and how flowy they are and the movement that they bring. So I thought these would be really cute paired with this other top that I found. So let me show you the top and then I'll show you what the outfit looks like all styled together. I got this cute little crochet crop top. This guy is from Willow and Wind, and it was $5.99. So I like the little scallop detail here on the bottom, and I figured it'd be perfect just to wear with jeans or something like a skirt or these palazzo pants. So I figured this with the palazzo pants would kind of just give that like hippie, boho, kind of casual, like fun Arizona summer vibe, and I personally love that. I think it's a little bit more patterned and colorful than what I typically wear, but this is kind of what the thrift store fashion finds are all about, like just something unique and fun and a little bit different to throw something unexpected and give your closet a little punch of personality. So I really love these. So comfortable, lightweight, flowy, and just like that fun kind of like free spirit vibe that I love. Okay, so to kind of go along with the idea that our closets are a reflection of the things that we like to decorate and style with in our home, I found this really beautiful blue and white dress. And you guys, this was only $4.99, and this is Michael Kors brand. It's super lightweight, stretchy fabric, and I figured this was so perfect for our hot Arizona summers. I can just throw this on, look nice, but still be comfortable. It's lightweight, it's stretchy. I can throw a hat on with this to kind of dress it up. I could wear it to the pool, I could wear it to a baby shower, I could wear it to brunch, I could wear it for errands. It's just something that's so versatile. As you guys know, I love blue and white. I'm always wearing blue and white like I am right now in this dress here. This dress is actually on sale currently right now at Marshall's, so I will link it there as well, but I love blue and white in my wardrobe. I think it's classic. It kind of gives off a European feel. It's fresh, it's crisp, and I don't know, it's a fun way to add pattern and color into my wardrobe, but still feels really tasteful and classic and elegant at the same time. So the fact that I got this for $4.99 was such a steal. Okay, so I did show some fall things in the shop with me portion, and while I'm definitely not ready for fall yet, and I know the Arizona weather is not ready for fall yet, I did pick up a sweater because it was so cute. So I got this really cute kind of like terracotta colored sweater. This guy was $7.99. It's originally American Eagle, and I just love that like comfortable casual feel, and I liked this button detail, how, you know, this could be dressed up or dressed down. I liked that it was super comfortable, and I liked how it had an oversized fit to it. Just really comfortable, really casual, and again, in my home, I go for those more earthy, natural colors, and I liked that this was more of kind of like an earthy terracotta color. Not too orange, not too red, but just kind of like subdued and more natural feeling, but still has a punch of color that will look really nice paired with like a blue jean. That combo I think will look great. Again, I love to have that orange and blue combo in my home, so it's funny that that reflects in my wardrobe as well. Super cute and great deal at $8. All right, everyone, that about wraps up this thrifting video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help to support my channel, and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss my future home decorating videos. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I also want to thank all of you that were so kind to comment on my last video and definitely lifted me up and encouraged me through our island staining process. I have a couple updates. I do feel like after living with the island for a little bit, I really am starting to appreciate the kind of rustic quality of it. I will say I do think it looks a lot better than when I first applied it. I think I have sometimes these like perfectionist expectations when it comes to stuff like that. Like I wanted it to look perfectly smooth and uniform like you would see on a store-bought cabinet. But then I reminded myself, like, these aren't store-bought cabinets. These are handmade cabinets, and that's actually really special. And if you look at all of the woods that I source in my home, they all have imperfection. Like, I gravitate towards those woods that have that rustic kind of like imperfect quality to them. So honestly, looking at that being reflected in our island, I really actually have grown to love it. So yeah, I just want to thank all of you that commented such kind words and were so encouraging through that process, because last week was definitely a little bit of a roller coaster with that. So I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the best. Like, truly, this YouTube community is my absolute favorite. You guys are all so wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.